Up&Close with Maximiliano Hernandez and Benicio Del Toro. How are you doing, guys?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Well, I saw Sicario, and I want to go straight forward to it. Fiction or reality?
Reality. I mean, there's so many live components, real living components to this movie. I mean, obviously, it's fictionalized. It's a character piece, and we follow a slice of their life. But I mean, this is about as real, and a slice of life, especially in Juarez, and in Nogales, and like anywhere across the border,
Benicio?
Yeah, it's fiction based on reality. It's not based on a true story, but many of the things that happen are based on real aspects of this war on drugs.
Because it's something, there is a line that you said at the end of the movie that get used to this truth. You should move from this area because this is the new law.
I hope not, but yeah, my character says that, yeah.
And what do you think about that?
I'm not in agreement with that, but sometimes you play characters that you might not agree with in the whole or in just a section. I believe it's a way of looking at this, of fighting fire with more fire. An eye for an eye will leave the whole world blind, and if that would be the case, we're heading to blindness, So, but I believe the character. I understand the character believing that,
And your character has that side of the story, the Mexican side of the story, just a regular guy trying to survive. When you were looking at the research a little bit, what was the thing that impacted you the most?
Is how many people who you would think like a police officer would have a better life. When you start looking and researching and seeing how much like a state police makes in comparison to across the border and how much they make, and you're like, how do people survive? How do you hold a family? How do you maintain a family? How do you keep them secure? How do you feed them? How do you provide a future? To me, that was a big deal. Like to know the little pieces that would make someone like this say, I have no choice. I have to do whatever I need. And then you're surrounded by sharks, so you can either become a shark or you get eaten. Right. So to me, it was that was a very, very, very little things to look at. Very little things of where he lives, how much money he would really make in a real world, and then what would the influences and the pressures around him be like.
Now, putting together a team for that tactical idea of the movie, you are a loner on that part. You're not kind of part of that team. How do you?
Well, I am part of the team. I am a Mexican ex-prosecutor who's turned his life into now becoming some kind of like rabid dog who goes after these guys, whether they're in Mexico but he's working with the CIA. It's a semi-covert operation, or it's a covert operation that takes uses whatever it needs to use to get the objective done, to get to the objective. It uses an FBI agent like Emily Blunt. It uses her completely. We use her. It uses me for me to become the Sicario. So it's a desperate operation that is, like I said earlier, just fighting fire with fire, which that's what the movie is saying, and it's desperate. It's a desperate move.
Well, thank you. It was a great job, and I really enjoy it. And
Thank you.
I hope does really well.
Thank you very much.